All right, guys, it's time again for the CBSI Themed Hot List. Today, we're talking indie books. All right, guys, we are going to get into the CBSI Themed Hot List. Remember, comicbookinvest.com. Check them out. Great articles. There is a number 11. There is an honorable mention to this list of 10. They give me the books. They give me the list. And I give it to you. Before we get into this, you know what to do. The thumbs up, the comments. You're going to want to comment on this video because this is always a good video to comment on because people have a lot of different opinions on what made the list, what didn't, what they disagree with, what they do agree with. Of course, hit that subscribe button. Give me the follow on all those social medias and all that stuff. And of course, on Whatnot, download the app. There's a link down below. Get $10 off your first purchase. Now, with all that being said, let's get into number 10. This is Rick and Morty number 1. This Oni Press book is an ongoing, and man, this thing hit crazy prices way back when the cartoon was at its high. I would say right around like season 3, season 4. I haven't recently checked the prices on this, but I do know they come out with books all the time, one-shots, ongoings, all different things. The artwork is literally taken from the cartoon, and it is a great cartoon. I think they're going another 2 seasons. I'm not sure. I'm sure there's a ton of Rick and Morty fans watching this video right now. Great cartoon. Great. I mean, I really enjoy it. I got to get back on it, though. I'm not going to lie. Let's go down to number 9. This is Nottingham. These books are crazy expensive. Do yourself a favor. Look this up. I believe it was a short series, but there are variants and there are exclusives, and they are expensive and difficult to find because the print runs were very small. Keep an eye out for this. I have no idea if it was optioned or not, but that's usually the main reason why some of these books get crazy, other than extremely limited print runs on exclusive variants. Moving down, let's go to number 8. We're flying through this list. This is Monstrous. I don't know if this was optioned either, but I do know I have heard phenomenal things about this series. I believe it ended, and it's not that pricey. It's not that expensive. I'm not sure about exclusives. I'm not sure about variants or ratio variants or anything print run wise, but I don't believe it's very expensive. All right, guys, let's go down to number 7. This is Once and Future, and I don't know much about this book. All I know about it is a sci-fi kind of retelling of Arthur, King Arthur, but Arthur is a female, and it's a bit sci-fi, a bit fantasy, and people seem to really either love it or hate it, and I don't have an opinion on it because I never read it, so I can't even sit here and talk about it. So with that, let's go down to number 6. This is Stray Dogs. And guys, these books have been all over the place. Talk about variants, talk about exclusives, talk about limited editions. I mean, everywhere. Unfortunately, it's another indie title that I have not read, so I don't have much of an opinion on it. However, number 5, I have read. And this is The Walking Dead. The Walking Dead may have been one of those titles that really brought the light onto indie books. Yeah, I know Spawn and all those, but The Walking Dead was such a phenomenal read, such a great book. I thoroughly enjoyed this. Of course, we all know about the TV show, but guys, you hear this all the time. The books are better than the show. The books are better than the movie. The books are this. It truly is. The comic books are better than the TV show. I really, really, really loved this read. I mean, Kirkman is outstanding. And I really can't say enough about this. And chances are, if you're watching this, you've read the book. They do come in compendium form. So there's 4 compendiums. You can get them real cheap, I think, on Amazon, like 50% off cover. And it's definitely worth the read. It's really good. Let's go down to number 4. This is We Live. Now, unfortunately, this is something I've never read. However, I do know there is a huge following behind this book, and I believe it's an Aftershock book. And there are, talk about exclusives and variants and ratios and all that. There are plenty of variants to this number 1, and they garner big $20. They're usually very exclusive and limited. And I think that's a big part of it because at New York Comic Con, there were exclusives and people were going crazy for them. There was like 2 or 3 different ones. So keep an eye out for that. Keep an eye out on the price on that because you never really know. It could be spiking and then it could plummet. And when you see it come down, boom, there's your shot. Take advantage. Let's go down to number 3. This is Department of Truth, a book I have read and then I stopped reading, but it continued onto my pull list. This is some Tinian goodness. These books are highly sought after. There are variants left and right to this title. I would just suggest if you want to read it, just buy the cheapest book you can find to read it. It's a very wordy book, very wordy, but it is very interesting. Tinian, I said Tinian, right? Tinian does an outstanding job. And I'll tell you this too, this is not the only Tinian book on this list. It's also not the only Tinian book that I read. Let's go down to number 2. This is Something is Killing the Children, and this one is awesome. Now, this book was optioned, I believe. I'm not sure if it's going to be animated or not. This is great. Not only have I read this book, it's on my pull list. I continue to read it. I have the hardcover, that volume 1, that nice big absolute edition or whatever it is. I love the artwork. It goes well with the story. Tinian does a great job. I mean, I can't say enough good things about this book. I don't even know if I would consider it like a horror genre or just action or what, but it's a lot of fun. It's a great read. If you're not into it, do yourself a favor. Get the trades. You don't have to buy these books because they are expensive, and there's a lot of variants to these too. And I don't even mean exclusives. I mean ratios. There's a lot out there. Last but not least, we're going to go to number 1, but I want to remind everyone, please hit up CBSI, comicbookinvest.com. Check out number 11, the honorable mention to our list of indie books this week. And number 1 book is Saga. This just came back. The Brian K. Vaughan, Fiona Staples book just came back, I think like a month ago from the time I'm recording this, or maybe even less than a month ago. They took on hiatus and people go crazy for this. I've never read it and I'm thinking about buying it. I actually have the 2 complete runs of this, which is crazy to even say out loud. I have 2 complete runs of this book. It's one of those books along with Invincible, that may or may not be number 11, that are on my to read list, especially when it comes to the indie stuff. People really, really enjoyed the story. People are really happy with the artwork. And I think people are through the roof excited that it is back. So with that, we're done with this list. Again, thank you so much to comicbookinvestor.com, CBSI, and Ben, and everybody over there. They put this list together for me. I'm spitting it out to you. Again, themed hot list this week was the top 10 indie books. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Don't forget, leave a comment down below. Hit that thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button. And as always, keep it comics.